All of us want to provide healthy meals for our families. But for too many families, nutritious foods like produce and proteins aren't always possible. Families experiencing hunger are forced to sacrifice a balanced diet for empty calories. Local farmers and retailers are important partners in helping Roadrunner Food Bank provide healthy foods to hungry New Mexicans.
My parents moved to the Estancia Valley in 1960 on their honeymoon, and they ended up buying this farm that we farm now in 1968. My dad farmed here until 2002 was his last year farming, and in 2003 was our first year farming, so this is our 10th year back on the farm. It's a privilege to be able to donate some of the crops that we grow, some of the produce that we have. We feel like we've been given a trust as stewards of the land by God to not only make a living and to provide for ourselves, but to help others in need.
And with our local community food bank, we're able to send a lot more of a variety of what we're harvesting every day in the garden. The children and I grow about a 2-acre garden, and we often have surplus from that garden that we're able to, because it's very fresh or a little bit more of a tender product to transport, just take it right down the road to our local community food bank. Healthy food is hard to come by. For many of the seniors who perhaps when they were younger had gardens but are not able to do any of that right now, they really benefit out here, and we hear often that they're delighted to find the variety of produce that they're able to find there. I think that's really important, and that we teach that to our children, that we raise up another generation of people who have that same kind of heart. We're not just in it for ourselves, we're here for one another.
Always working full-time, and I found myself without a job, had to apply for early Social Security. If these programs weren't around, in all seriousness, it would be extremely difficult. Being a diabetic, I need to eat, nutritious, well-balanced food, your vegetables, your lean meats, and they're not necessarily on my plate because of financial need. And I appreciate and I thank God that there are people that really care. It's a great benefit to the community.
I'm technically a single mom. I have 4 kids. I left my ex-husband due to domestic violence. I walked out of the house with my kids and no clothes, no food, no nothing. And I've been trying to start over from scratch. I'm actually still struggling to get clothes and keep them fed and coats and stuff. I've made meals where I only have like four pieces of chicken. I'll give it all to the kids and I'll eat whatever the little side dishes are so that they have something to eat. And I've always done that for them because that's just how I was raised. You feed your kids before you feed yourself. I'll probably skip like 3 to 4 meals in a week because I just don't have enough. I'm really sluggish, and then my body's taking a massive toll. I've lost a ton of weight because of it. Also, I've had to go to the doctor a lot more because my bones are becoming brittle because I don't have food. Can't get a job, and my ex doesn't pay child support, so I struggle just to get by every day.
My husband successfully retired from the United States Air Force about a month ago, and while we went through our process of retirement, we did not realize that while we will get benefits, they wouldn't start right away. And my husband got accepted into nursing school. We found out that our housing benefit and all of the other things that come along with retirement won't start for 30 days past our retirement. So we found ourselves in quite a bit of a financial bind in the current economy, and that's what brings us here today. This is frightening. It's very tight at our house. Between us right now, we have $13. If it wasn't for facilities like this, I don't know that we would be eating as well. have a son that is 17, so he's hitting a growth spurt and is eating all the time. And so now it's a choice between pre-processed foods and fresh food. And that's a tough choice for me as a parent to have to make. I did not want to do this, I will tell you. I did not want to, and potentially waited and struggled with this a lot longer than I probably should have. I didn't want to tell our family, this is hard and it is demoralizing, and you almost want to justify why you're here, especially when he served our country. I have an education. So what did you do wrong? Is that stigma that I feel like I have to address. And so therefore I did not want to participate in having to get food. But then when it's as tight as it is now and I have to, there is no choice. I look at my son and all of that goes out the window. If you're fortunate enough not to find yourself in a situation similar to ours, I would say get involved, because it takes a community to help a community.
Tens of thousands of families in New Mexico struggle with hunger each week. Roadrunner Food Bank is able to provide our at-risk community with healthier food choices they otherwise would not have. Be a part of our mission to fight hunger and feed hope.